Out of the books of the gospel, I think one of the chapters or one of the books that I like the most is the book of Matthew. I like the way it flows. I like the way everything is laid out in that book. And I love the parables that are in that book and the fashion that they're written. One of my favorite parables is the one with the talents, where it has the master. It's in where is it at? Matthew chapter 25. Yeah, Matthew chapter 25. I believe it starts at verse 14, as it is written. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with him. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. On a side note, I love how it's written, in Nehemiah, the joy of the Lord is my strength. He also, that had received 2 talents, came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore had put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto them which hath 10 talents. It's funny, it's interesting how they took from the one who had 1 and gave it to the one who had the most. And then explains why here. It says, For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Wow. That's something that's interesting. This person buried his talent, the talent that the Lord gave him, in the sand, did nothing with it. Everyone else multiplied it He says, at least if you'd have just invested the money, I would at least got what I gave you and more. Notice that with the talents that he gave, he everyone that multiplied it, he allowed them to keep what he gave them, what they multiplied, and told them to enter into the joy of thy Lord. However, when it came to the wicked and slothful servant, the one that buried his talent, the one that had his talent and refused to actually use it to become profitable, you seen what happened to him. He was labeled wicked and slothful, and he was cast into utter darkness. Understand this. When it comes to things that we receive in life, I believe that we receive a lot of talents and gifts. And while these talents represent, I believe, 2 million, like over $2 million for each talent, if I'm not mistaken. So the one that got the most got 10 million. In today's money, it's somewhere around there. I don't have the exact figure right in front of me. I believe also, because it's a parable that there is a parallel story, and it also represents the talents in which we are given and what we are doing with those talents. How we putting our talents, our actual talents, to use. Some people have a talent for teaching. Some people have a talent for music. Some people have a lot of athleticism. But you notice the first two they weren't concerned with what the other one had. They were focused on what they were given, and they used what they were given to multiply it. They were focused on their ability to cook, their ability to bake. They were focused on their ability to, create music. They were focused on all of their skill sets, all of their talents, and they used it and they multiplied it and they handled it in a business fashion and they made money off of it. They wasn't just creating artwork to create artwork. Remember, we're not supposed to just lay up treasures for ourselves where moth and rust doeth corrupt. I'm not going to just have money sitting in the bank and depreciating. I'm not going to hide my money under a mattress and have that money not do anything. Have that money not multiply. No, I believe one thing that we all ought to do is, for one, if you have a talent, if you have an idea, use it. Don't be afraid to use it. If you're not sure how to use it, well, whatever income you have, whatever income you're generating, however you're generating that income, make sure that money is working itself, is multiplying itself. I like the stock market personally. Some people like real estate, some people like bonds, some people like options. I like the stock market, I like the options market. People say, well, isn't that a risk? Thou wicked and slothful servant. No, I'm not afraid to put money to work. I've put money to work and I've gained tremendously. I've put money to work and it's went down tremendously, but I've put it to work. God forbid I be referred to as the wicked and slothful servant and be cast into utter darkness. Why would any of you want to be that? I was talking with this lady, and it was interesting what we were talking about. I was talking with this lady, and she had so many business ideas, so many things. These were good ideas too. And she showed me a booklet that she created that had all of the ideas. Some of us are over preparers. We just prepare all of this stuff, but we're not executing any of these things. And so while she prepared all of these business proposals, these synopsis, these business plans, she didn't put anything into action. She didn't put anything into the marketplace to where she could receive her own with usury. She didn't put her stuff to work because she was always afraid as to what would happen if it did not work. But God has not given us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power and of love and of a sound mind. What are you afraid of? You have money-making ideas. Some of you are great cooks, yet you're afraid to share a recipe or put a recipe out there, create a recipe book. With the advent of social media and media right now, It's so much poison on there. Why not put something that is going to help people to live right, to eat right, to think right, to act right? We're taught so much about people who have money, and therefore we refuse, not me, but y'all refuse to do things that are going to help us move the needle. What are some things that I'm doing to move the needle now? Well, one thing I'm doing right now with this YouTube channel, I'm creating content that hopefully soon it'll start creating more money. Hopefully the things that I'm telling you will benefit for you. The money that I'm investing in the stock market, the money that I am trading in the options market and investing with my investment plan and my investment strategy. These are things that I'm putting into action. Books that are being created for you guys to read, to be able to create more, for you guys to be able to, benefit from. But I'm not just coming up with theories and coming up with ideas and ways to do things. I'm putting these things into action so I can have proof that this concept actually works. And then when I put it into action and I see it works, I can say, this is what I've done. Here, you do it. But you can see that it actually works. It's not just me talking or just making something up. But a lot of you are afraid to take that first step, so you bury your talent. No, my job, my goal isn't to bury my talent. My goal is to put my talent in the marketplace so that my talent can multiply and come back and increase indeed, so I can enter into the joy of the Lord. Stop rejecting money and stop limiting yourself and thinking that, you only have to make a certain amount. If you're truly somebody that wants to help people, you want to make as much as you can so you can help as many people as you can.